But then I step back for a second and look at the fact that all they did was alter the prosecutor's request or guidance for sentencing. The ultimate, the reality of it, the final decision is made by the judge. So, I mean, not really. I look more to the judge as to who's judging this case than I would care about. You know what I'm saying? If it was, if Barr was pressuring the judge.
Barr is. Okay, this is what the problem is. Barr has no business stepping in here. The president Barr's stepping in, and the president's happy to get what he wants. And the thing about it is, they cannot do that.
They shouldn't do that.
Okay, the thing about it is, he opened the door and started doing something that's never been done before, and they're saying, stop right there. They're not saying, well, it's okay until it happens. They're saying, no, you've already gone too far.
I understand. At the same time, I'm not that worked up over this.
Well, the thing about it is, if you say it's okay to do this now,
I'm not.
It's going to be worse. They're going to say, don't even open that door.
I'm not.
Because it's going to get worse. If you allow this to happen, then the next time it's going to get even worse. So they're saying, stop right there.
I'm not saying that.
I know, but that's what they're complaining about right now.
I understand.
He's seeing how much he can get away with. But he hasn't done anything yet other than suggest it. You're right, there.
If I'm not mistaken, the prosecutors for Manafort suggested like a lot of times the judge said no.
I know. But here they're suggesting what a normal amount for what he has been. How do you know it's normal? Well, because all right. Here's what I'm telling you. For this type of for other prosecutors to step in and said, what he's guilty of is a normal sentence.
Okay.
All right. And then the president said, no, that's too much. And Barr said, yeah, that's too much. And they're saying, don't even go in there and tell us what we can do. And you're right. You know this is stepping in. You have to move that one shelf up a little bit.
Yeah, I've already explained that.
I didn't have to write you were interested in it at all, but. And I'm like you, I'm on a.
Well, I said I was kind of frustrated that it was bigger than the 50.
And you know the difference is just, it's so minuscule. I mean, you walk in there, one was on one wall, the other was on the other wall, you think it was the same. And as a matter of fact, I think the one in the living room is 50 inches, so it's just a little bigger than all of them. Supposed to be 15-inch plasma. As a matter of fact, I didn't think the CD last that long. I didn't think the CD last that long. It was a demo model at Best Buy. And the one downstairs, the one in my office has been around for a long, long time. This probably USB, USB came out, and then USB quit working, plugged in with the,
You're saying USB is too neat too much.
huh?
You're saying USB is needing too much.
Yeah, I mean, my USB, HDMI. They're just warming up. Blue works in the front, and this has blue in the front. There's a lot. I think the installation is exactly what you said. They don't want to know anybody. They love it. And you know, and but they don't want their grandfather to get hurt. I think that's how I feel. They don't want their grandfather to get hurt. He's a grandfather figure. You know, his grandfather graduated from school. By the way, before you started cooking, you were already cooked eggs.
You don't say.
I say it. So I think we'll just do some muffins, and when you're done, we'll eat something else. Would you rather should we just do a couple muffins and call it good for right now? Or would you rather have some, we could do chicken pot pie and clean that up. Would you like to do that?
why I asked the question. Not
But
because
so is most of the country.
pardon me?
A lot of the country
Well, the country did what?
doesn't really give that a second thought. Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City. But we live here.
I don't really care.
But we don't really care. And he gets no sympathy for being an idiot.
That's why we would.
Didn't deserve it.
What do you think of snow? Now this is snow. What do you think, Jess?
Think you could go outside.
Okay, we are on the line between trade 2 and 4. That's where we're at, right on the line. So we should get 2 inches.
You know what they're measuring, Jess? Find out where it goes to yet?
All you can do is go look in the glass thing out there.
Yep.
Just see how
Oh,
much snow
we're
we
at 2
got.
inches. It's time for the snow to stop.
Doesn't work that way.
No shit.
Yes, 2 inches.
Time for the snow to stop, I guess. Get ready for more snow.
No, we're right on the line.
Internet said so.
Who used to get to see it snow? Snow. Did you see theirs? Trade 2. And then see Wichita right there. We're right on the line.
So the snow will be
Done, sorry.
It says we're going to get trades 2 or 2 and 4. That's
well,
the one to be
it's
done.
2 now.
You think it's 2 now?
Let me see the number. Is it the inches or
Inches, yeah, 2 to 2.
over 2 now?
Well, okay. Squirrels are even. I'm happy.
So
All of it?
Excuse me?
You put all of it in there.
I put all the label in there, yes.
And all of the Cantonese style egg noodles.
Yes. Oh, okay. You know what you do it before, Michael, don't you?
Pardon?
You know what you do it before, don't you?
Eating.
Yes, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm so glad you're here. I never would have gathered that.
Fuck off.
You were so smart.
Fuck off.
You know what you do it before, right, Michael?
They're for your sauce, right?
They were 8-drop soup noodles. Those noodles you put in 8-drop soup. You never put any noodles in it.
Okay, whatever. No, I don't know, Sean. That's a new one on me.
I'm wrong. Very possible I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm not done with it. What?
You want to try one of these, Jeff? Yes or no?
Michael, do you want the stove? Do you want the stove?
After you're done with it. No, not right now.
Well, I can put this on the back burner because it needs to sit for a little while. Give you the front burner.
Okay?
Would you like the stove?
Yeah.
Okay. Losing signal? Is that what you said, Michael?
When the TV has, but the antenna works.
Okay.
When you make it for scrambled eggs, Jeff,
Michael, you want television? Yes. Or do you want you want the stove? Yes. Okay. Jeff, can you get scrambled eggs? Yes, you want the stove? This is returning the spaghetti.
you show them spaghetti. Spicy spaghetti.
Maybe it's mild.
There's nothing mild about that.
So you want eggs?
Yes. Can you work with Sean? You tell him you're small and you only need a little spot front.
Don't you love Americans? The American ability to state the obvious.
State the obvious.
Don't you love the American's ability to state the obvious?
Just does.
Jess loves it.
He has a dry sense of humor. He just doesn't pour a lot of
He's
humor
what?
because you're too intimidating. He has a very dry sense of humor.
Jess, I sincerely hope that you're not intimidated by me.
He is.
Why am I intimidating?
Well, you're big and ornery.
Well, I can't argue with that. The argument I use fresh noodles, which means they have a lot of flour on them. The sauce is a lot thicker.
Tomato sauce in there.
It's a good taste, but
You put it all in there.
because that's the culture of tablespoons.
That doesn't get thrown out. You might just put it all in there. What am I gonna do with it?
Go ahead. Hey Jess, what do you need? So I've got those fresh noodles in there right now. Can you think of something that you could use them in? What is that?
I was gonna ask Jeff.
What's that sweet enough from?
Well, yeah, but you need to seal it up somehow along the line, or just
Trash?
yeah, or throw it away, whatever. But keep it like that.
Why don't you throw the recipe?
I would, but I can't find it. Oh, I see it
Mayonnaise?
now. I see it now.
Just make sure you break it up well.
Is it up?
No, it's not. I mean, it's enough for probably 2 people. There were, what's in there is kind of a bundle of things. You ever made fresh pasta? You ever seen it made? So you usually put it in like a bundle in there because it's soft and it's fresh, it's not dry. And
See who's in there? A kitten.
at least I'm not arguing with you. And there were 4 bundles in there originally, and I used 3 of them.
What do you
There's
have?
1 left. I said it's enough for 2 for me, depending on what you're making.
Remember you used the fridge.
The real difference is if you cook them less time. You know, this is my opinion. They're going to, I think they already have more water in themselves than the dry noodles. They don't have to absorb that water, but they absorb some water. I think they pump up bigger than
How does it take to cook them?
By the way, Brother Ron thinks the anchor is cool.
It is cool. You come from a restaurant, correct?
Yes.
It is cool.
We went there with him one time, and the guy, right, like, he was here, and we were here, and another guy right here, and he was so loud that he made the guy on the other side, we were sitting in between, leave early. It was so obnoxious. Man, it didn't hang out. People got on me. He was so. Yeah, that's good, but I don't know, I can't say why, but it's okay. It's just not one of my favorite places.
Why is that?
I don't think I'm as impressed with the food as everybody else is.
Yeah. It's good quality, but it's also pub food.
Everyday style,
Pub food.
pub food.
Yeah. So, if you can use those noodles up, I would appreciate it.
is dry egg noodles with flour. The other was rice noodles, wasn't it?
No.
For rice noodles?
This is Ken's style egg noodle, and this was dried. Okay? And this is the pasta that was used in it last time. The one I'm asking you to use up. See, so there's one bundle left. Now, what's on it right there is flour. So when you throw it in the water,
That's
it's
flour
not.
noodle there. That's flour noodle, the whole flour noodle. That's an egg. The flour only is egg and flour. Egg noodle.
I don't know if this is egg noodle or not. It is, yes. Wheat flour, egg, salt, and water. So this is also dry. The other one less.
How's the eggs coming?
Tell me
It's
again.
good.
No, it's all wrong. Yeah, I know that. Okay, well, we lost our TV system. I think. I'm gonna turn this off. You want this egg?
Yeah. Okay.
I will play it for a minute.
You want scramble?
Sure. Go ahead. I'm gonna play here for a minute. See what I can do.
Just egg?
Yeah, just egg. I take it you didn't care a whole lot for the English muffin. Okay, all right.
It's there.
You all right, Michael?
Well, you know. No, you don't know what it's like to get up off of my head. Excuse me?
You know, what if I can stand up after this?
You're right, I don't. Just ask if you're all right.
You can do most all the functions.
Yes.
There's another adapter you need in order to be able to do a wireless connection.
Okay.
Well, you could hook it up directly, if that's an option.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it was. You could do another muffin if you don't mind. What do you want? Do what you want. I'll take another muffin. You can do both at the same time. forgot. Oh, fuck. Give me a break. Okay. Antenna, cable, let's go down. Automatic programming. Start. Air up. Select. Next. Analog.
Done.
Select. Standard. Yeah, that works.
Mix.
Now I should find something.
Maybe.
Well, no. It would really help if you hooked it up.
Oh, cool. Submerged. Congratulations. You're done.
Did not run out.
More. No.
You might think you're 2 inches depth. involved in a crash on a Kansas turnpike. Really? Yeah. It happened at mile marker 112 in northbound lane. There was no word on whether
Meow, I'm going outside.
Go ahead, I'm going to play here for a few more minutes.
I'm going to play with the snowman. The snowman. The snowman. The snowman.
Go ahead.
Snowman.
There it is.
Snowman.
Go ahead.
Snowman. I'll be with Snowman.
Okay,
And gloves. And this.
Been Johnny on the spot and took care of me right away.
I do have a sense that they have my back.
Is that your team will win. Use my code JACK for $20 off your first purchase, and maybe we'll see you there.
V8 only has 5 grams of sugar. This smoothie has over 3 times as much. So maybe we should...
Well, me, it's Tanner, you know.
$500. You want to risk it? Go for the $2,500?
I'm gonna go for it.
She's gonna go for it. Higher than $80 for a smoke diffuser. Let's see it. Higher, $100. She's got $2,500. Nice job. Nice job. Next one, please. Heater fan. You said was lower than $35. This is for $5,000. You want to keep the $2,500 or risk it? You go for the $5,000. If you're wrong, you lose your $2,500. You're going to keep the $2,500? Stay right where you are, Gina. She's going to keep the $2,500. She wants $2,500. Stay right there. Let's see if the heater fan was lower than $35. It was higher. You did the right thing, Gina. Come on over here. Just step on out. Come on out here. $2,500 richer than how first started. Good job. The hair dryer was $28, and the can opener was only $17. Nice job, Gina. We're going to spin the wheel right up to this, folks. Don't throw away.
Want to shed some pounds and lose weight like these guys did? Then it's time to call Nutrisystem for Men.
Men want something simple. Tell us specifically what to eat when by saying, this is breakfast, this is lunch, this is dinner. It's easy. If you want to lose weight and get healthier, you just follow the program. It's so simple.
I never felt hungry. You're eating the breakfast, the snack, the lunch, the snack, the dinner. You see the pounds start dropping and dropping. I'm like, wow.
Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight now. Money back guarantee. Order now and we'll rush you Nutrisystem for Men. Plus 1 week of protein-packed probiotic shakes to bust that gut free.
The food is delivered right to my door. Everything's labeled. Couldn't be simpler.
Plus, they had ice cream. I mean, seriously, ice cream? I don't have to prepare anything. I ate the food and I lost the weight.
Act now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
Call Nutrisystem today. It was the best call I made.
Go online or call 877-869-59 right now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Mutual.
Cut.
Liberty Mutual. Line.
Cut. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Cut. Liberty Mutual. Am I allowed to riff? What if I come out of the water? Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
The flu sucks everything out of you. The fever, aches, and chills can flatten you fast. Prescription Zofluza can help you feel better in just over 2 days. Over-the-counter medicines just treat symptoms. Zofluza is different. It attacks the flu virus at its source with just 1 dose. But your window for prescription treatment is short. Ask your doctor about Zofluza within 48 hours of your first symptoms. Zofluza treats the flu in people 12 years and older whose flu symptoms started within the last 2 days. Before taking Zofluza, tell your doctor if you're pregnant, nursing, and all the medications you take. Do not take Zofluza if you are allergic to baloxavir, marboxil, or any of the ingredients in Zofluza. If you develop an allergic reaction, call your doctor immediately. The most common side effects are bronchitis, nausea, diarrhea, sinusitis, and headache. The sooner your doctor prescribes Zofluza, the sooner you...
For a cold sore, I use Herpicin-L. It penetrates deep to treat. It soothes, moisturizes, and creates an SPF 30 barrier to protect against flare-ups caused by the sun. Herpicin-L, which egg has better taste and nutrition, and is...
Welcome back, everybody. Time to spin the wheel. Go ahead, Valerie. Good luck. Now, when you're ready. Want to say hi?
Dad, Grandma, Taylor, my grandma's here today!
Everybody? 85, 85, 85, 50.
Again.
Okay. 50, 50. 50, 50. There's your 50. Less than 50. Less than 50. 15. Stop on 15. 65. There we go. 65. Ophelia, you ready? Okay, here we go. You want to say hello?
Linda, Edna, Archaliba, my son in Japan, Leroy, Simeon.
Thank you. 15. One more spin. Got to beat a 65. go. Good luck. Stop! Oh! Almost had it, Ophelia. Nice meeting you. Take care of yourself up there. Gina, good luck. There she goes. Man, almost had a 95. Want to say hi? Everybody, 45. One more spin. Good luck. How about 85. Nice job. Two more right away in the showcase. Congratulations. Okay, watch the compliment. Showcase to the next, folks. Don't go away. Hope you're
If you're a grandparent, you know what I'm talking about when your little grandchild starts talking to you. Something I couldn't hear for a long time.
It's funny how something like just a hearing loss can have an effect on a relationship.
Somebody would ask her something and she would just walk right past them. I just could not hear.
These are real people who are now living life to the fullest, thanks to Miracle Ear. Call 800-977-3366 to start your 30-day risk-free trial and book your free hearing evaluation at your local Miracle Ear.
When someone new comes in, I take the time to listen to what's important to them. Then I run a comprehensive hearing test to find out if they even have hearing loss. If they do, I'll custom fit a hearing aid that fits their lifestyle and their budget.
With Miracle Ear, it's all about service. They're personable, they're friendly. I'm very happy with them.
When I finally had Miracle Ear and I could hear for the first time, I started crying. I could hear everything.
I went to Miracle Ear.
I went to Miracle Ear.
But I told you to go to Miracle Ear.
No!
Call 800-977-3366 today to start your 30-day risk-free trial at your local Miracle Ear.
I was hesitant to get the hearing aids because of my short hair, but nobody even sees them.
Featuring our latest technology, our hearing aids are nearly invisible, so no one will notice. And they're so comfortable, you might forget you're wearing them.
Now I can hear my grandson again.
Call 800-977-3366 today to start your 30-day risk-free trial at your local Miracle Ear. Your 30-day risk-free trial is only the beginning. We also provide you with unlimited checkups, cleanings, and adjustments free. It's why we've been trusted for over 70 years, and we have over 1,500 locations nationwide. I see someone new, someone happy. It's really made a difference. Call 800-977-3366 to start your 30-day risk-free trial and book your free hearing evaluation at your local Miracle Ear today.
Buckle up for some insurance fun. Ride the totally realistic traffic jam. And the world's first never bumper cars. It's a real savings hootenanny with options that fit your budget.
That's fun for the whole family.
Call there, Progressive.
Maybe an insurance park was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yep.
20 champions return. Survivor Winners at War premieres tonight on CBS.
Welcome back, everybody. Brittany and Gina, welcome to the showcase round. George, let's see the first showcase, please.
All right, Drew. Gina and Brittany, you'll be living wild and free with the showcase. And it starts when you're soaring through the clouds on your skydiving adventure over the Grand Canyon in Arizona. You and guests will fly round-trip coach from Los Angeles to Phoenix for a 5-night stay at the Clarendon Hotel and Spa. This 4-star property offers impeccable service, a sensational pool, and a rooftop deck with surrounding mountain views. Daily breakfast and 1 tandem skydiving excursion with round-trip transportation from Phoenix are included. Next, do something totally wild, like rappelling down a waterfall in Costa Rica. Join us on round-trip coach from Los Angeles to Guanacaste, Costa Rica for a 6-night all-inclusive stay in an Ocean View Junior Suite at Azura Beach Resort. Surrounded by flight transportation, a golden coast, and the tranquil waters of the Pacific Ocean, this hotel features luxurious suites, 5 restaurants, and a wellness spa. Want thrilling water waterfall rappelling adventure for 2 is included. And finally, you'll take a wild cross-country adventure and have free range of the road in your new car! It's the Mitsubishi Mirage ES. Comes equipped with a 1.2-liter engine, continuously variable transmission, front-wheel drive, and carpeted floor mats and portfolio. So it's trips to Arizona and to Costa Rica, plus a new car. Get ready for a wild time. The price is right.
Thanks, everybody. Gina, you won the most between the two of you during the show, so you get to decide whether to bid or pass. What do you think?
Okay. 23,500.
23,500. All right, 23,500. Brittany, you ready?
I am so ready.
She's so ready, George. Take it away.
And so am I. Brittany, this showcase is just what the doctor ordered, and it starts when you release all of your stress with a soak in your new hot tub. Enjoy the ultimate in relaxation with this 380 Dream Edition hot tub, featuring contoured ergonomic seating for up to 7 people, plus 1 cooling seat, and 102 fully customizable jets from Beachcomber Hot Tub. Now, the doctor has ordered you to take 1 week off, so why don't you spend it in gorgeous Hawaii? You and your guests will fly round-trip coach on the Big Island of Hawaii for a 5-night stay in a deluxe suite at Ohia Park Estate. Located on a lush estate, this bed and breakfast offers spacious rooms, warm hospitality, and stunning ocean views. Daily breakfast is included. And finally, the doctor wants to make sure you get plenty of vitamin D, and you'll get lots of it when you're cruising around in your new boat. This Bayliner Element E16 comes equipped with a 75-horsepower EFI Mercury 4-stroke outboard motor, automatic hill pump, top with boost bow speakers, and cockpit table. A trailer is included. So it's a new hot tub, a vacation to Hawaii, and a new boat. It's a prescription for happiness, if the price is right.
Brittany, what do you think? $28,000. All righty, good luck. Good luck. We'll let you know who wins right after this.
$9.95 at my age?
$9.95. No way.
$9.95? That's impossible.
Hi, I'm Jonathan, a manager here at Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company, to tell you it is possible. If you're age 50 to 85, you can get life insurance with options starting at just $9.95 a month.
Okay, Jonathan, I'm listening. Tell me more.
Just $9.95 a month. For Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance plan. There are no health questions to answer, and there are no medical exams to take. Your acceptance is guaranteed. Guaranteed acceptance? I like guarantees. Keep going. And with this plan, your rate is locked in for your lifetime, so it will never go up.
Sounds good to me, but at my age, I need the security of knowing it won't get canceled as I get older.
This is lifetime coverage as long as you pay your premiums. It can never be canceled. Call now for free information. You'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction about your final wishes to your loved ones. And it's yours free. It's our way of saying thank you, just for calling. So call now.
Call 1-800-337-6060 now for free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-337-6060. Call now.
We're Carvana, the company who invented car vending machines and buying a car 100% online. Now we've created a brand new way for you to sell your car. Whether it's a year old or a few years old, we want to buy your car. So go to Carvana and enter your license plate, answer a few questions, and our techno wizardry calculates your car's value and gives you a real offer in seconds. When you're ready, we'll come to you, pay you on the spot, and pick up your car. That's it. So ditch the old way of filling your car and say hello to the new way at Carvana.
When their sensitive skin runs into messy stains, you can count on All Free Clear, the #1 doctor-recommended brand for sensitive skin. Tough on stains and 100% free of perfumes and dyes. Try All Free Clear, the #1 detergent brand for sensitive skin.
Another cleaning tip from Mr. Clean. Struggling to clean tough bathroom messes with sprays? Then you gotta try Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. Just wet, squeeze, and erase tough messes around your bathtub and shower. Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. There's no clean like Mr. Clean.
At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, your experience is hassle-free, unlike this. It's the President's Day sale. Save on recliners starting from $349, plus 0% interest for 36 months. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
I'm going to start with you. You had the trips to Arizona and Costa Rica and a brand new car to showcase. You had $23,500. Actual price, $31,809. Difference of $8,309. Brittany, and that beautiful hot tub, trip to Hawaii, a power boat in your showcase. You've been $28,000. Actual price, $40,765. Difference of $12,765. Gina, congratulations. Gina won the showcase. $35,954 prize. Not a bad day. And thanks for watching, folks. Always a blessing when you spend an hour with us. We really appreciate it. Thank you on behalf of myself and the crew. Please take the best day of your union up control the population. We'll see you next time on The Price is Right. Bye-bye.
Speaking for The Price is Right, a Fremantle production.
By the time Thursday rolls around, I need some downtime. I'm ready.
Laughter is the best medicine, except for morphine. Thursday, 9/8 Central. It's your night in on CBS.
I am Abigail Thomas, Chief of Police. I am from New York. Some people even say I have an accent. Who knew? I'm a cop. I gotta see for myself.
If you do this, you're gonna get a storm you don't want.
Bring it on.
New Tommy, Thursday at 10/9 Central on CBS.
On Eyewitness News at noon, results are in from the first primary of the 2020 election season. We look at what's next for the campaign season. Plus, when will the snow let up and what's next? Jake has your complete Storm Team 12 forecast coming up at noon.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you need a check. This is your wreck, you definitely need a check. In a wreck, need a check? We're the Patterson Legal Group.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 550-0000.
Injured? Here's what other top law firms are saying about Devon James.
I've worked with them for years and really admire their work. They've seen it all and done it all. They're very experienced lawyers.
They're great with clients, tough on opponents, and they're a force in the community. I can't say enough good things about them. Everything they do is first rate.
Good people, tough lawyers. They always give 100%.
If I were in Kansas and needed a lawyer, I'd call Devon James.
Devon James wins. Call 888-8888.
In a wreck?
In a wreck?
In a wreck? Need a check?
In a wreck? Need a check? Need a check?
In a wreck, need a check? We're the Patterson Legal Group.
Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 550-0000.
For the latest news and weather, download the KWCH 12 News app.
Second act, Thursday, 9:30, 8:30 Central on CBS.
Previously on The Young and the Restless.
That's it. Yeah, our marriage is over.
I can't believe it. Let's just say there is some deep, dark secret between Chance and Adam, and you find out that information. What are you going to do with it?
Time to fly to Vegas. I've got some unfinished business I have to wrap up.
I know I risked being arrested and coming here, but it was worth it just to see you again.
We're done here. Hold the door.
fancy meeting you here.
Another happy coincidence.
Yeah, something else fortuitous happened tonight?
You could say that.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. No, I'm better than good. Ray arrested Ripley.
Really? When?
A little while ago. He wasn't smart enough to leave town after our little run-in at the hotel. He showed up at the coffee house.
Jeez, the guy really is a creep, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw him, I secretly texted Ray. He came right over and he took him to jail.
Well, you must feel relieved.
That doesn't even begin to describe it. I'm going to talk to Ray in the morning, and I'm going to find out exactly what's going to happen to Ripley, but right now, he's in a jail cell. And I'm going to sleep well for the first time in a long while.
I think this calls for celebration.
I might be game for that. What do you have in mind? Where exactly are you taking me?
Trust me.
Hey, Mom.
Well, hello. To what do I owe the honor of my daughter actually picking up my call?
I just talked to you this morning.
Yeah, but you just gave me the headline because you were at work. And the headline being Kyle and Lola broke up.
Well, I don't know much more than that.
Why do I not believe you?
I don't know.
Answer this. Do you know where you slept last night? Summer, please. Please tell me you and Kyle are not already back together.
I am your friend.
Wonder where that one is going, Chief.
We're here at the Grand Ole Opry tonight for Opry Goes Pink. It is for the month of October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The Grand Ole Opry is donating some of the proceeds back to Susan G. Komen.
They do all kinds of things with
fringe hanging down on the bottom. This is called black.
Here, actual
Free book, Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers, from a leading financial firm on maximizing your income in retirement. That's right, free. This free book this way.
Kat mentioned 2-inch. I've seen as much as 3 or 4. The further north I have gone on 135, but fortunately, though, warmer pavement temperatures have really helped keep the incidences down to a minimum. Still some slushy spots on elevated surfaces, but again, you're primarily going to run into wet roads as well as some splashback from the cars. That seems to be the biggest concern right now. But again, if you're out on the roads for any reason, just take it easy, take it slow. That has worked very well for folks today and will continue to do so here into the afternoon. Reporting live from West Wichita, meteorologist Tony Lawback, Cake News on your side.
All right, and now continuing that team coverage with Austin Brissett, live with road conditions as well. Austin, what are you seeing right now?
Well, Shane, not a whole lot's changed. Still seeing some slush on the road, especially on these side roads here. The neighborhood roads, a lot of them are covered, and if it's not completely with a blanket of snow, there is plenty of slush out there. It's really crazy because me and my man Andy have been on the road here since about 5 in the morning, and it has just been nonstop snow. Really, it's lightened up a little bit here and there, the bigger flakes, and now It's a little bit lighter, smaller flakes, but it's still coming down. You can see tons of snow on the sidewalks and things like that. With it being the lunch hour, if you're going to do any kind of walking around, definitely want to be careful about that. If you're doing any driving, the highways seem okay, mostly wet with just a little bit of slush. But if you're going to be heading out at all for the lunch hour on any of the side roads, we've been down Central, we've been in East Wichita, we've been in North Wichita. Definitely a lot of slush on the ground, so be sure to give yourself some more stoppage time. We'll keep bringing you updates throughout the afternoon, though, so back to you.
Hey, thank you to our team on the roads. You can track the weather no matter where it is you live by downloading the Cape First Alert weather app. A plant which makes asphalt near Augusta caught fire last night. The fire after 7:30 at the APAC plant along Highway 54, just west of Augusta. When crews arrived, they found a large building engulfed in flames. They struggled to put out the blaze at first. Manpower, a limited water supply, and hazardous materials all made it a dangerous situation for firefighters. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Wichita police have identified the homeless man whose body was found under the Douglas Street Bridge on Monday. Bernard Woodard's death is being investigated as a homicide. Police say it appears the 59-year-old man was beaten to death. If you have any information about that crime, call Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111. Now to a happy update to a story we first brought you last month. Bowie the dog, found in a dumpster several weeks ago, is doing a whole lot better. Take a look at him now. He has gained about 12 pounds after he was found starving and caged outside a Wichita apartment complex. Wichita Animal Action League, which has helped get him into a foster home, says he should make nearly a full recovery. So happy for Bowie.
And death certificates show that Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, were laid to rest on Friday at a Southern California cemetery. No other details were released. The NBA legend and his daughter were among 9 people killed in a helicopter crash on January 26th in the hills of Calabasas, California. There is a public celebration, though, scheduled for February 24th at the Staples Center in L.A. It's jersey number 24. Another tribute to that. Well, tax season is here. Coming up, we sit down with an expert to answer all those questions. Probably not all those questions, let's be honest.
There are a lot of questions. We'll see how many we can get to.
Sure.
And later, this is a problem we've all run into. The McDonald's ice cream machine breakdown, but the fast food chain may have a solution. We'll tell you about it.
Hey Wichita, it's time to double down with Family Mitsubishi. Bring in your tax return and we'll double your refund on a brand new Mitsubishi. It's time to double down with Family Mitsubishi. Exit Kellogg at Woodlawn to avoid high prices.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. Thanks to your support, you've helped make MyPillow become one of the fastest growing companies in America. Over the last 12 years, you've helped MyPillow create thousands of jobs right here in the USA.
When I got MyPillow, I'm asleep almost immediately. I stay asleep at night, and I wake up more well-rested in the morning.
That's why I invented MyPillow. My patented fill adjusts to your exact individual needs and helps keep your neck supported and aligned. I'm interrupting this commercial right now to give you deep discounts, not just on my pillows, but also my mattress toppers, sheets, and so much more. For example, you can get body pillows regularly $89.99, only $29.99 with your promo code. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose.
Sleep well, America! For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit mypillow.com.
Winter has arrived at Lucinda's in Old Town. Come by Lucinda's and browse our clothing, jewelry, accessories, and the latest in unique gifts. As always, we're open late to accommodate your schedule and your evening shopping needs. Lucinda's, a quirky mix of clever things.
This February, New Way has a sweetheart of a deal for you. 2 can dine for just $10. 2 original New Ways, a large side, and 2 root beers for just $10 at New Way. Wichita loves New Way.
Transform your home with new Champion siding. Right now, save 20% off your siding project. Enhance your curb appeal with new siding for a beautiful look that lasts as long as your home. Save 20% today. Visit us online or call 888-930-CHAMPION.
Sit down. Lift that. Check your phone. Sit down. Lift that. Check your phone. Sit down. Lift that. If you do anything with regularity, you should get massaged with regularity. Keep everybody working with a gift card. Massage Envy. Keep your your body working. Hey, Wichita, it's time to double down with Family Mitsubishi. Bring in your tax return and we'll double your refund on a brand new Mitsubishi. It's time to double down with Family Mitsubishi. Exit Kellogg at Woodlawn to avoid high prices.
Oaken Pie, voted a Wichita favorite family restaurant at 21st and Greenwich.
Your Cake First Alert forecast with meteorologist Kat Taylor.
We have some really cool photos from the Cake First Alert weather app. It's a beautiful snow this morning, 10:30 a.m. Don't know where this is, but you can see it is a very thick, heavy, wet snow just hanging out. We've got a lot of the snow actually sticking to trees and things, and that's part of the heavy, wet nature of this snow. This is from Garden Plain. We also have, you can see where it's piling up rather quickly on patio tables in Gossel, where we've reached about 3 inches of snow. And finally, really good snowman making snow here in Wichita. This is the best snow Barbara Drury has seen since she was a kid, and I can agree with that. We also have a little buddy just playing in the snow, and you can see even the snow attached to the stick that he's carrying around in Burns, Kansas. On top of that, we have just the snow really piling up quickly on Tomahawk Road. Hutchinson has about 2.8 inches. Beautiful picture of the Old Town train with the snow coming down. We had flakes about the size of quarters earlier today, and then we have pictures from the top of people's Jeeps and cars on North Amidon about 9:15 this morning. So we do have snow that's coming down rather quickly. Officially 1.9 inches at Eisenhower so far. We have had other reports in Wichita about 2 inches, but that was about an hour ago or so. We still have some heavier snow coming down downtown and southeast Wichita. You can see those darker blues showing up on the radar. We also have a darker band in eastern Butler County and Cowley County with the cake edge is trying to change over from snow to rain. I doubt that's happening unless we start to get really above about 38 degrees. You can see our Cake First Alert satellite still keeping it as snow, but let me draw attention to what's happening back here behind the main area of snow in south central Kansas. We're actually getting new development back here along 54, and then more development back here along I-70. That's going to be our cold front that's arriving later on tonight. So taking a look here at about 2:30 this afternoon, we see this redevelopment of a band back into southwest Kansas, and then it moves through. I think we may actually still stay as snow for much of south central Kansas here as this rolls through, and then you can actually see our cold front redeveloping some precipitation by about 5 back into southwest Kansas as well. And that rolls through very quickly at 8 o'clock tonight, and that cold air is going to come through very quickly behind the front as well. So we may be talking about flash freezing on the roadways that are wet tonight. So that's one thing Frank and I have discussed that we're worried about. 1 to 3 inches, maybe a few spots of more there in the light blue. 9 to 1 is possible as well as we see the snow come to an end later on this evening. 32 degrees here at Cake Studios. We're right at freezing and no wind to speak of. So we've had this beautiful snowfall that just comes straight down. I know that's pretty rare for Kansas. We're above freezing technically in Wichita, Hutchinson, 32 in Salina, 35 in Garden City with 37 in Goodland. So we are quite cool still. Very little wind in south central Kansas, but you'll notice the wind speeds are quite a bit higher there in northwest Kansas. And we've got the north wind. So our cold front right now is just south of Hill City, just south of Garden City, and down toward Elkhart. So the cold front is already moving into western Kansas. That's going to come through very quickly, and it's going to be very cold behind that. You can see wind chills behind the front are already in the mid-20s, and it's just going to get colder from here. So taking a look at Cape Ranger forecast, today highs will be the majority in the 40s. South central Kansas, I don't think we're going to make it to the 40s today. The snow continues a little bit later than originally thought. Tonight's low single digits to teens, so that cold front's going to come in fast. The wind's going to be strong. And keep in mind, we may see some flash freezing on wet roadways in south central Kansas. The snow comes to an end later on this afternoon and evening for south central Kansas. 26 for a high tomorrow, so it is going to be cold. But in true Kansas fashion, we are back up to the 60s just in time for the weekend with our next winter storm moving in yet again Monday and Tuesday. North central Kansas, we have 24 for a high tomorrow, 60 by Sunday, and then more winter weather to start the week. It seems like we've been in this pattern for 3 months or so. Southwest Kansas, 42 today, 30 tomorrow, 60 by Sunday, and then winter weather arrives on Monday night with Northwest Kansas 32 tomorrow, 62 by Sunday, and then more winter weather Monday night to Tuesday. So
Yeah.
seems like every week, right on time. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So when we see the winter weather, we have a great weekend. So as long as we have those gorgeous weekends, I don't mind too much.
It gives us something to look forward to.
Okay, this is what I found out.
How it's above freezing, but the snow is coming down, which is always interesting. Does that make any difference when it comes to the snow hitting the ground and
Here's the
staying
remote.
around or
Yes,
leaving?
it does. Yeah, so normally
You have to have
the
hooked up to
ground's
Wi-Fi to
generally
do
a
it.
little bit warmer, so
Okay.
we're going to have a lot more melting on
This
the
one
ground.
does not have
It also
a
contributes
built-in
to us
Wi-Fi
having that
antenna.
heavy wet snow.
You have to
So
run a
the
wire
warmer
to
we
it.
are, the more chance we have of moisture in the snow. So that's why
Okay.
it's very sticky, very good for making
This
snowballs.
is,
Yeah, it's fascinating how that happens.
I use these right here to get where I'm at. So these are channels I've got. They're gone off air.
Kansas
Okay.
Humane Society joins us with a pet looking for a fellow pal. We'll introduce you to him next.
Well, just commercials. Okay.
Man, that looks juicy. But what about this
Anyway,
crispy
here's the
tender
smart
sandwich?
TV.
I know.
And we downloaded these.
$2.99 is ridiculous.
It does have Netflix.
Gotta love the Carhartt classic.
But you have to get the USB to adapt the thing that goes in there, which is another 20-some bucks.
Time for cancer patients.
And this remote will not work without the
Thank you should
Wi-Fi.
either. Call or go online anytime to set up an appointment with our team
So I'm
of
going to try to
cancer
get the
experts.
source.
Cancer Treatment Centers of
Get
America.
this again. Is this source here? Anyway, this I can see why Gary Asbury hated this. You cannot see these. The controls here.
Midway Motors.
Okay. HDMI. Probably try HDMI. I just hooked up the what do you call it? Okay, it's showing that is DirecTV, but there's nothing now. And you can hook your PC up directly to it.
Well, through that type of port, yes.
One that's got the two screws on the side. I can't think what that's called anymore. It likes to do that. Everybody was complaining about it when I read about it. Okay. There's TV.
Son, just introduced
I just wanted you to
Tacho.
see, and
Look at that
frankly,
cheese sauce,
Sean,
bacon, too.
the easiest thing to do is to take this downstairs, put it in there, and let you use this one right here.
Tachos.
If you want
It's like
Wi-Fi on it,
nachos, but I'm not.
you'll get the little.
You want this? You don't want to keep this upstairs in here?
Ton of shower conversions.
Why should I? This one? Why?
Trying to bring my voice down a little bit for this next
All right.
segment because we have
What
a
do you
visit
think?
from our friends with the Kansas Humane Society. And Shanna Ireland
Okay,
brought
and-
a little timid boy today, but he's such a sweetie. This is Daniel.
Yes, Daniel is about 6 months old. He came to us as an owner surrender. They just had too many pets in the family, so we will help him find a new home. He's actually part of our Canine Courage program, so that's a program we have for dogs that come in that are just too scared or nervous to go up for adoption right away. So he just needs a little extra time to get used to situations and warm up to things. I mean, he's done great as long as you move slow with him. You try and rush him into something, he's like, I'm not sure about that. But he is super sweet. Obviously, he's a lap dog. He loves to cuddle. He loves the treats. He did great in the car. He just kind of curled up in the front seat on the blanket because it's cold outside, so I brought a blanket for him. But so he would probably do best in a family that's maybe a little bit quieter, maybe has older companions. He did live with children and smaller dogs, from what the paperwork says. So I think children that are maybe a little bit older and understand, they need to go slow with him. I'm not sure he'd do too well with toddlers because they would probably make him pretty nervous. But he just needs some time to warm up to his family, and I think he'll do great. He's young. He's 6 months old, so just that socialization and that training.
And how does that Canine Courage program work for a dog like Daniel?
Most dogs stay in the program maybe 5 to 7 days, some a little bit longer. It may be just that they're not used to people. It may be that they've just never walked on a leash, and a leash just completely freaks them out. So every dog is different. Every situation is different. And we have awesome staff members and volunteers that kind of let the dog tell us what they want to do. So maybe today they don't want to come out of the kennel. Maybe tomorrow they'll come out of the kennel. You know, maybe they won't walk on a leash. Sometimes the volunteers just carry them around the hallways at the shelter. So it just kind of depends on what the dog wants to do.
It seems like Daniel would be okay if he was just carried around. He might warming up a little bit.
I think he would be okay with that.
Oh, he's such a sweetie.
Yeah, he is sweet.
Commercial break before we started, he just had his head just rested on your shoulder. Yeah, you're doing okay, aren't you, bud?
He did go to Project Companionship, which is our program where we go to care homes and visit the elderly. So he did okay with that too, and he went with another large dog. So he's just a sweet boy.
You guys do so much with the community, and I know that you have so many opportunities for kids to come into the Kansas Humane Society. Just learn about everything that you do, and I think that's so neat.
Yeah, always something going on.
Sure. Well, if you'd like more information about Daniel or any of the many animals at the Kansas Humane Society, you can find them. They are at 3313 North Hillside. We've got their number and their website on our screen right now. Shannon, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good luck, Daniel. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Cake News.
I really feel as an anchor, you're an ambassador for the station. You really have to embrace it. You have to like people. You have to engage. When people come up to you and say, I watch you on Cake News, you have to take pride in that. You have to extend your hand, say, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching. What's your name? And I think that's the way you make connections, and I take that role very seriously. I'm Craig Negrelli. Cake News is always on your side.
If you've been injured at work or on the streets or highways of Kansas, it can change your life forever. Don't let an insurance company control your future. Call us for a free consultation. We are the Accident Recovery Team.
Call 267-TOT. At Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, your experience is hassle-free. Unlike this, it's the President's Day sale. Save on recliners from $349. Plus, get 30% off everything else. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
I'm bad. You're stronger than you know. So strong. You power through chronic migraine. 15 or more headache or migraine days a month. One tough mother. You're bad enough for Botox. Botox has been preventing headaches and migraines before they even start for almost 10 years and is the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. Botox is for adults with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Go on with your bad self. You may pay as little as $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox for chronic migraine. You got this.
You can't prepare for an accident, so how would you know what to do next? Getting what you deserve takes a team. The Accident Recovery Team. We're here to win.
Call 267-TOT. It's time for Women's Fair, February 21st through 23rd at Century 2 in Wichita.
Tax season is upon us, and for many, filing our taxes can be such a challenge. Joining us this morning is Tracy Willard with the Taxpayer Advocate Service to answer some of those questions. Tracy, this is not 1040 easy. This is W-2 hard for a lot of people.
Well said. Yes, and they've actually done away with the 1040 easy forms, so we have new forms now. Last year, the 1040, they removed a lot of that information, put them on schedules, so there were 6 schedules. This year, they have added some of that information back to the 1040 form, and there's only 3 schedules now. Then there's another form, it's a 1040 SR, which is for seniors. So the font is larger, it's easier to read. They've done away with the shading that's on there. It's called a 1040 SR. So hopefully that will be easier for our seniors to be able to complete.
Hey, there are a lot of needed changes that come up, and Taxpayer Advocate Service is something that can help us out with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the Taxpayer Advocate's Office steps in. We are IRS employees, but Congress set us up to assist individuals or businesses or exempt organizations who are having difficulty resolving their issues with the IRS through the normal channels, so they can come to the advocate's office. We are free, there's no charge, and we can step in and help them resolve those issues. Something I want to tell individuals during filing season is the easiest way to file is going to be electronically. They can go to irs.gov and do the free file form. If they earn over $66,000, they can still file for free. It's a fillable form that they have to input some of that information. But some of the things to watch for, some of the mistakes that we see that can delay their refunds would be if they're having it direct deposited, which is the quickest way to get that refund back, is to make sure they double check those numbers, make sure the account number and the routing number is correct, because if it isn't, then we have to wait for that refund to be kicked back by the bank before we can then reissue another refund. Make sure they double check Social Security numbers. Something that's very important is to make sure that all of their wage documents match exactly with what the employer has sent in, because if they don't match, that's going to delay their refunds also.
We want to try to minimize as many headaches as we can
Yes.
during this process.
Yes.
For a lot of folks, they might hear the word or the vernacular, the standard deduction. So break that down for us and how it applies to most people.
Okay, the standard deduction was raised this last year, so what you'll find is a lot of people who used to itemize can now take the standard deduction. So for married, filing jointly is $24,000. So I know I used to itemize, and now I can take that standard deduction. So you want to look both ways, see which way is most beneficial to you and will result in the greatest refund for you. I like to tell individuals that are maybe not aware of the injured spouse form, which is a form 8379, that if they file jointly and their spouse may have a debt out there for child support or even for taxes or for student loans, that if the spouse that does not owe fills out the injured spouse form, then they can still get their portion of the refund. Okay. If they both have student liabilities, student loans, they can both fill out the form, and that way their refund goes to their respective debt.
I could sit here and pepper you with questions all day, but I think the best thing is just to go down to the Taxpayer Advocate Source and the office there. We'll tell you about where you can find them, but it's 555 North Woodlawn in Building 4, Suite 112. This is something that's available to everybody, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll come down and see you, Tracy. Thank you so much for the information, and there's a lot more info there at the website. So check out what the information is on your screen, and good luck. April 15th is going to come quick.
Yes, it does.
Kansas is home. It's where we live, work, and raise our families.
And we'll protect it at all costs. We're Devon James. Our law firm is committed to helping people all across Kansas.
Call or text 888-8888.
The Kansas Constitution promises you a right to a jury trial. You should be wary of any lawyer or insurance company who advises you that you don't have a right to a jury trial.
Lunch Lawyer on the line. Sunday night at 10:35. They're on Cake.
Raise your down payment and Supercar Guys will match it. Got an old ride you need to trade in? We can double its value. So don't be stupid. Don't buy new. Choose from the largest selection of quality used cars during our Double Your Money sale. Stop by any of our 3 Wichita locations or go online 24/7 at supercarguys.com.
Insurance company. That settlement you offered me after my car wreck isn't even going to cover my surgery. I need more money.
You don't like our offer? Why don't you hire an attorney?
That's right. You should hire attorneys.
When you hire the bull attorneys, you get the big guys.
I called the bull attorneys after my car wreck, and they settled my case for $390,000.
Call us. We're the bull attorneys.
Call 1-800-241-BRAD.
It's the 6th annual Wichita Sports Show at Century 2.
Travel, adventure, fun.
Thursday, February 13th through the 16th inside the warm Century 2.
Wichita's best travel and adventure expo.
Boats, RVs, motorsports, and tons of new stuff. The best deals are at the show.
Family fun and a great time.
It's Valentine's Day. Bring your sweetheart and save on your next adventure. Register to win a free riverboat vacation. Kids 8 and under get in free, and heroes always get a discount.
The best deals are at the Wichita Sports Show.
February 13th through 16th, Century 2, downtown Wichita.
If I had a friend or a family member in a car, I would definitely tell them to call Devon James. Their main goal was making sure that I was okay, making sure I didn't stress about nothing but getting better. They talked to me like I was a friend, basically, and I was comforted. We're not in a good situation. We're not for Devon James.
If you've been injured in an accident, call Bretson Young on the Hurt Line.
A librarian at a Wisconsin high school wants to make her facility about more than just expanding minds.
Yeah, this is an exerdesk, you can call it, a combination of desk and exercise bike. It's here because of librarian Lori Barber, an innovative thinker dedicated to keeping her library fresh.
There it is.
So she bought the exercise desk from proceeds from her hardcover cafe, where she makes homemade biscottis for the kids every Friday for donations. Exerdesk.
It's odd and it's cool, you know? You can do homework on it while you're just moving your legs, barely even notice anything. It's quite nice.
This is what we've done under the news anchor desk for years now. I don't know what's so revolutionary.
Of course. That's how we run the prompter.
She has ordered another exerdesk, though, for the library, and it could be ready for use in a few weeks.
You might need that with the biscottis.
That's right.
You need the exerdesk. An Ohio school will have you seeing double. Students are coming in twos now more than ever before. There are 13 sets of twins here. And not all twins finish each other's sentences, but some say they can read each other's minds.
What did you think of her now?
Waffles, peach cobbler, and cake.
And what is she thinking about right now?
Waffles, peach cobbler, and cake.
Okay, well, it sounds cool. Educating twins does have its challenges, especially when they are identical, because teachers say they just can't tell some of them apart. Maybe take the other one's test for them. Coming up, a live report from the roads on this winter weather alert day.
An injury at work can change your life forever. We know how the insurance companies work, and we use our knowledge and experience to get you everything you deserve. We are the Accident Recovery Team.
In a car wreck, insurance companies tell you Kansas is a no-fault state. If someone else was at fault, you have a case. I'm attorney Brian Bostonic, and I'd like to help. If you're in need after an injury, call 833-2-BRIANS.
CashNetUSA.com, man. I help when money's tight.
If approved, you may get the money you need as soon as the same business day. Get the cash you need fast. Apply online today. Go to CashNetUSA.com.
Money's on the way with CashNet USA. It's cold outside, so warm up with a locally made New Way cup of chili for just 99 cents. Get a cup of New Way's premium beef Manning's chili for just 99 cents all day. Don't forget the root beer. You're gonna love the New Way Cafe.
At Burger King, we're serving up 8 original nuggets for just $1. You heard that right. Come get 8 crispy nuggets made with white meat for just $1. Fill up with a deal that'll make you feel like a king. 8 original crispy nuggets for just $1. Only at Burger King.
A workplace injury doesn't have to be the end of the road. You need a team to fight for what you deserve. The Accident Recovery Team. We're here to win.
Call 267-TOT.
Strategic Remodel, Wichita's premier remodeler. Contact us today at remodelks.com.
We're tracking breaking news this morning. More than a dozen people have been taken to a hospital after a school bus crashed in eastern Kansas.
This happened at about 9:15 this morning, about 15 miles south of Emporia in Lyon County. The Emporia Gazette reporting now that the bus had students on board when it flipped onto its side. 17 people that we know of were taken to the hospital, but none of their injuries were serious. The Emporia Public Schools reports that it was not one of the district's buses. So we are tracking more information on this, trying to gather these details for you. We will bring you more as they become available, but you see the bus crash happening along I-35 there near Emporia. First, though, it is a winter weather alert day. We'll get to that at 11:34 here on this Wednesday, February 12th. That wet and slushy condition on the road could make you want to give yourself some extra time.
Absolutely, and we have received reports of several slide-offs in Saline County and Augusta. We have live team coverage this morning from Wichita, the roads with Cake's Austin Brissett and Tony Lawback checking them. But we'll start this morning with meteorologist Kat Taylor with a look at current conditions. Kat.
Yeah, the snow is still continuing to come down. Now, the flakes are a little bit smaller than they were just a little while ago, but they're still coming down at a good pace. You can see this is a roundabout in Delano. Still seeing some slushy patches on the roadways. Now, the main highways I've seen so far have been okay, but if you're looking at those side roads, the less traveled roads most likely still pretty slick. 33 in Wichita, so technically we are above freezing. We actually started snowing last night at 36. So it was warmer when we were actually beginning to snow. The wind chill 33 thanks to no wind. So it's actually a very nice, calm snowfall that's just coming straight down. Now, here at our cake snow cam at this point, we have reached 3 inches. The little tick mark is under the number, so that's about 3 inches there. We actually have a platform under that snow, so it is a good reading, I think, at this point. Now, we are technically above freezing at Cake Studios, but we're still seeing the snow come down. Now, even our cake edges, it's an algorithm that tries to show what type of precipitation is coming down. I'm still thinking it's most likely snow, but we have that snow continuing to taper off just a little bit. We may see a little bit of a break before we see another round move in, because you can see we're actually getting redevelopment back into southwest Kansas and even into northwest Kansas. Our cold front is moving in pretty quickly now to northwest Kansas, so we are going to watch another possible couple rounds of either rain or snow or a wintering mix. But at this point, Hillsboro, 4 inches. We've got 3 inches in McPherson, Canton, and Murdoch, as well as Gossel, and then a little bit less there in Hutchinson at 2.8, 2.5 in Sterling, Wichita at 2 with Colwich, Potwin. Now here at Cake Studios, we're getting closer to that 3-inch mark. But taking a look here in Wichita, we have the snow coming down. I'm going to tell you when it's going to end coming up.
All right, Kat, thank you. And a lot of people are wondering if they can or should go out for lunch today, because it is approaching that hour. Now we know we have meteorologist Tony Lawback checking on the road conditions for us.
Yeah, Tony, what have you seen so far this morning? It's now 11:36. You've been out there for 5 hours.
Yes, Shane, I'm on 235 northbound here, just past Zoo. Most of the roadways are wet. The highways are wet. The surface temperatures have really helped kind of alleviate a lot more issue than what we would otherwise see with such a snowfall here. Some of the side streets, though, pretty slushy and snow-packed. And unfortunately, again, with the wet roadways on the main routes, we've just been kind of dealing with some minor issues, a couple of slide-offs here and there across Sedgwick County, but nothing too severe. Fortunately, the snow continuing to lighten up just a little bit here in town, and we'll continue to see these roads be hazardous at times. You'll certainly want to take it slow and easy. Reporting live from West Wichita, meteorologist Tony Lawback, Cake News on your side.
All right, thanks a lot to Tony. And we continue that team coverage now. Cake's Austin Brissett. He is live as well in Wichita. Same story for you, Austin, but man, just seeing the gray sky. The question now becomes, when's this snow going to slow down? And it looks as though that's starting to become the case.
Well, actually, Shane, we're traveling west here on Kellogg. We've been out east for most of the morning, but we're traveling back west. We're still seeing plenty of snow right now, but I'll be dead honest. It's a beautiful snow. We were at 143rd and Kellogg just about 5 minutes ago, and I felt like Clark Griswold staring out his window on Christmas. It's a beautiful snow out here for the most part, but of course, don't want to admire it too much while you're driving. Here on Kellogg, some slushy spots, nothing too bad, definitely a little wet. Want to give yourself some distance between vehicles, but Kat nailed it just like she said earlier. The side roads, sidewalks, and things like that still covered, so if you do go out for lunch today, definitely want to be careful. Be sure to tune in to Cake News for the rest of the afternoon and into the evening. We'll bring you updates. Back to you.
Austin Brissett, always keeping it real for us here
right
on Cake. We appreciate that. You can track the weather no matter where you live by downloading the Cake First Alert weather app. Now to politics this morning, the 2020 presidential race marches on. Senator Bernie Sanders wins the New Hampshire primary, just narrowly defeating Mayor Pete Buttigieg.
And each campaign is hoping to carry that momentum forward, while other candidates are hoping for a bit of a reset here. Trevor Ault, the latest.
Following Senator Bernie Sanders' New Hampshire victory, he and all the remaining candidates are already looking forward.
It's on to win the Democratic nomination.
Sanders has won the popular vote in the first 2 states, and he's now announcing a major staffing upgrade in the third, Nevada. Mayor Pete Buttigieg has as well. He finished just behind Sanders in New Hampshire and has a slight edge in the delegate count.
Every candidate has been here in New Hampshire and in Iowa campaigning in order to show, not just tell, our capability to have a good finish at the polls.
The 2 frontrunners now being chased by the surging Senator Amy Klobuchar. She's surprised with a third-place New Hampshire finish, and she's seen a recent windfall of donations.
We have beaten the odds every step of the way.
Taking a tumble, Senator Elizabeth Warren not capitalizing on her state next-door advantage, and former Vice President Joe Biden, who in spite of a 5th-place finish, is insisting,
"It ain't over, man. We're just getting started."
Most campaigns are now powering through to the Nevada caucuses and the South Carolina primary beyond it, but these New Hampshire results were the final straw for two campaigns, Senator Michael Bennet and Andrew Yang, both dropping out. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
Looking a lot like Manchester, New Hampshire here in Wichita, Kansas. Meteorologist Kat Taylor will have a look at our snowfall when we come back.
If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you need a check. If this is your wreck, you definitely need a check. In a wreck, need a check? We're the Patterson Legal Group. Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 550-0000.
After an accident, the insurance company is not your friend. They have no intention of paying you any more than they have to. I've seen it. I'm TV's Judge Alex Ferrer. Demand top dollar for your injury. Call a powerful law firm.
Bretts and Young.
The call and consultation are free and confidential. Plus, they'll come to you wherever you are. Tell the insurance company you mean business. If you've been injured in an accident, call Bretts and Young on the Hurt Line.
As a parent, it is very, very important to make sure that your children have the best set of teeth. My kids feel very much at ease with them. They're comfortable because they also show that warmth that is needed for kids, parents. We love coming here and we recommend it to everybody.
Call Adventure Dental and Vision today to get high quality, compassionate care for your kids that's fast and easy for you.
My name is Dr. Jeff Drake with Advanced Health Concepts. Being overweight or obese can have a serious impact on your health. Conditions such as heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, even some cancers. I've been helping people lose weight for over 20 years, but more importantly, regain their health. This customized approach allows us to address hormonal issues, digestion, metabolism, and other underlying causes that make it difficult to lose weight. You can lose 20 pounds or more in 40 days. We help people all over the state of Kansas. Call to schedule your consultation today.
Buy more, save more. During the fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. With the best selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. And check out doorbusters while they last. Plus, 7 years, no interest financing. But don't wait. The fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
In a wreck? In a wreck? In a wreck? Need a check?
In a wreck? Need a check? Need a check?
In a wreck? Need a check? We're the Patterson Legal Group. Patterson Legal is the way to go. Call 550-0000.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call in the pool. Call Brad.
Your Cake First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Kat Taylor.
Well, pictures continue to pour into the Cake First Alert weather app. We're just under 3 inches here in Andover. You can see most likely around 2.5 from the picture there. It's a good picture. Our Cake First Alert weather app sending a happy birthday to Nikki Liddick's Riggs. You can see a birthday snowman. That's not something you see very often here in Wichita. We have a beautiful photo. I have no idea where this is, but it was at 10:30 in the morning. Taking a look here, Barbara Drury sending us the best snow day she has had since she was a kid. I can agree with that, Barbara, being from Kansas myself. Christmas card snow day. Love this no wind snow, and that's really what's creating the beauty with this particular snowfall. We just don't have any wind. It's allowing the snow to come straight down for once in Kansas. Now, if you would like to download the Cake First Alert weather app, we love pictures. Just remember to put your location and what you're seeing in the description line. Here at Cake Edge, we're taking a look at some heavier snowfall still coming down in the southeast corner of Wichita. It does include portions of western Wichita as well, but generally these darker blues is where we have the heavier, larger snowflakes. We have that continuing up toward Hillsboro, even all the way up the I-35 Turnpike toward Emporia. We also have our Cake Edge trying to say it's switching back to rain. Maybe a rain-snow mix, maybe all snow. hard to tell at this point. Our satellite and radar now starting to bring in a little bit of rain toward Great Bend, Hayes, and Russell, and then up toward Oakley and Scott City. But we still have that wintry mix ongoing, so there's a couple things happening here. You can see the redevelopment back in southwest Kansas. It's actually the back end of the storm. And then on top of that, we have a cold front, which you'll notice it's coming in very fast. And that cold front's going to be the key to what we see later on tonight. So taking a look at our HER model, you can see we have this heavier snow kind of thinning out, possibly changing to a wintry mix in spots. And then we have our cold front coming in very quickly as rain, possibly a wintry mix as well. That continues through about 8 o'clock. We will see the cold front move through Wichita as possibly a wintry mix. And then it's over and done with after about 10. So the snow officially ending about 10. We may have some breaks between that. But the key is that cold front's going to come in very quickly with very cold air behind it. So right now, 1 to 3 inches in the blue. We already have 2 inches in Salina, so we have kind of underdone that a little bit for places like Sterling, Salina, toward Great Bend. Otherwise, we continue to stick with our forecast, 1 to 3 inches, possibly a little more there in the light blue. 33 degrees here at Kick Studio, so we're above freezing. We actually started snowing at 36 degrees, believe it or not. But here's the key to this beautiful snowfall that we have: 0 mile-per-hour wind with a wind gusting to 1 mile an hour. You don't see that very often. But taking a look at temperatures, you can see once you get out of south central and central Kansas, we're above freezing, even into the 40s for southwest Kansas. We will continue to warm up for western Kansas, although I'm kind of curious at how far we're going to warm up for south central Kansas. You can see our cold front south of Hill City, south of Garden City, and just north of Liberal. That's where our cold front is. It's going to come in quickly, which once you factor in the wind chills, we've got wind chills there behind the cold front already in the 20s, and it's going to get colder from here. What I'm concerned about, what Frank is concerned about as well, is that we may see a flash freeze as the cold front comes through. So today's highs in the 30s and 40s, wondering if we will even make it above this in south central Kansas. But look at the temperatures tonight in the single digits and teens, which means anything that's wet on the roadway will most likely be ice by tomorrow morning. But taking a look at the next 7 days, we're going to follow our typical pattern: colder day Thursday, and then an absolutely gorgeous weekend, 50s and 60s for our next winter weather, moving in Monday night into Tuesday. North central Kansas, we've got 24 tomorrow, 60 by Sunday, and then winter weather arriving by Monday night. Southwest Kansas, 30 tomorrow, 60 by Sunday, and winter weather arriving Monday night. With northwest Kansas, 32 tomorrow, 62 by Sunday, and winter weather by Monday night. So we're in that pattern. Absolutely gorgeous weekends with snow moving in the first part of the week.
Hey, well, gives us something to look forward to.
Yes.
Might not look forward to tomorrow morning.
Oh, really?
With how cold the air is.
What do you think? Think I'm gonna take it downstairs. Oh. See what happens. You can get on your own. You want my help? No, you don't. Give me a second, will you? Can you hear me now? I was on my watch. Yeah, really? Well, I think Jess is enjoying it. He made a snowman. He'll probably put it on Facebook. We have a white front yard. Well, it is awesome. He said he's not cold, but he's been outside for about an hour making a snowman, and you'll see pictures of it. How you doing? Burns? Pus came out the end of your toe? Huh? Oh, shit. That's not good. Oh. Okay. Say that again. Yeah, I think it's